that's funny. Whatever. Your joke is fun. My joke is funnier than yours.
It's the same joke.
No, it's not the same joke.
Yes, it is.
Because you showed your room, you dumbass. I never showed my apartment.
I know, but you don't
My
have a
joke
tree
is funner.
either. Where's your little tree?
It's up your ass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's up your ass.
I didn't see it.
Keep looking.
One pick wonders are here. We're picking the best game for the week. The pick master Ryan has a record this season. I think you strung together 2 wins in a row, didn't you?
That's correct. Yep. Would have been 3 in a row if I wouldn't have picked against the Bills, but hey, whatever.
So this week we're going with the Packers to give the beat down on the Jets. Packers entering a 5-8. Oh shit. Packers entering at 5-8, 1-4 in their last 5 outings, taking out the Falcons, but failing to take out the Seahawks, Vikings, Cardinals, and Bears. So this is a non-game, has no factor whatsoever.
Yes, Scott doesn't like those games.
Jets are looking toward 2019 and had been for quite some time.
Yeah, since 2005.
The Jets are being somewhat competitive on the field lately. Their last pair of losses have come by a score or less. So the Jets, we've got 2 teams that are down on their luck. The Packers fired their coach. Are they looking any better with the new coach or with the Stanton?
Regis Philbin?
Is that who it is? Regis?
Yeah, I mean, I think they won. What was it? They won that game against the Falcons. Was that the first game without McCarthy?
No, it was they lost to the Falcons, didn't they?
No, they beat them 34-20.
Oh, okay, then that was it. Then whatever happened last week.
They lost to the Bears.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So Ryan, what's your take on the game?
Well, first off, I hate the Green Bay Packers as a Bears fan. So, but I asked Santa Claus to give them a win this week because they're playing the Jets, who, by the way, happens to be my father-in-law's favorite team. But you know what the Jets stands for, right? Just end the season. So they're trying to end the season on a low note, so they can go for a better draft pick. The Packers are still eliminated from the playoffs, which still makes me happy. But Aaron Rodgers is going to play, so that's all. Aaron Rodgers is going to he needs like 26 yards, I think I saw, to hit 4,000 for the season. He's only got 2 interceptions on the season. One last week, the one against the Bears broke a string, 1 attempts without it throwing an interception. So, but that's the Bears defense. The Jets are not the Bears defensively. The Jets have been playing well, but they've also played. The last week they lost to the Texans, who probably didn't look as good as they should, and then the week before they beat the Bills. And like the Bills have a good defense, but their offense sucks, much like the Jets. Fire Marshal Bill, or whatever the hell his name is, won't be too happy with tomorrow's game.
Fireman Ed.
Yeah, whatever. I saw him. I've been to a game. I actually saw him in person, so it's kind of neat. But from Living Color. But the Jets' offense is 30th, and the Green Bay defense isn't that bad. They're mid pack. They're 15, but their offense, the offense for the Packers, they're 10th overall. With Jones going down, that doesn't really hurt them because they're a pass first team anyway. So, And the Jets defense isn't what it had been. I expect Todd Bowles to get fired, this season, or if his contract's up, not get renewed. He's a defensive-minded coach, and they're 22nd. That's not really good. So I expect to be an easy cover. If it's not, then Santa Claus, I'll be mad at you because that's what I want for Christmas. So that's my analysis this week.
It's 3 points right now. 3 points.
Yeah, the one that we use has it at 3 points. A couple others have it at 2.5, but we're going with 3 because that's the site we use.
Yeah, we'll go 3.
Ryan, are you gonna do the bet live on the show? Are you gonna put your money live?
No, because I'm not in New Jersey, dumbass.
I thought they passed the bill.
No, it's not available in PA yet.
You can
bet available in PA. I would do it, but it's not. Yeah, I can't do it yet. I could do it last week because we were in New Jersey, but for the holiday party last Friday, but I can't do it. Otherwise, I would throw money down on the game. I would throw money down on this game, and then there's another game I would pick too, but we only do one pick. So
Dan, I think it'd be funny because when Ryan plays the bet, someone's gonna come yell at him. I want your password, Ryan. Oh, that's funny. Oh man.
Did Dan bring back the $10 you lost last week on his pick?
Yeah, Dan owes me $10. No, that was crazy though. That was we should talk about that afterwards. We'll talk about last week's pick afterwards. That article you sent was pretty good.
So the 4 head of knowledge, or the 5 head of knowledge. What's your take on this?
Well, first of all, oh, shut up, the sports book there. First, Philip Rivers can kiss my ass and go to hell. That's what I want for Christmas. He's playing like shit. He just threw a pick 6 to end their game here. What a clown. Unbelievable. What an idiot.
Baltimore has the #1 defense, though. You realize that, right?
No, I understand that, but they played like crap tonight.
Yeah.
But I like Ryan's pick. The Jets suck. I know both teams. Neither team has anything to play for. But the Jets just seem like they mailed it in a long time ago. And Bowles should be fired because they just play with no effort. And I think Aaron Rodgers will try to finish the season strong. I think he has a lot of pride. And he doesn't like this, that they have no playoff chances. Green Bay needs to spend some money this offseason. They need to do whatever they do the opposite of whatever they have done because that's just not working. They're wasting Aaron Rodgers' best years. And it's only going to be a couple left. And they're just ruining it and not doing anything. I mean, the man's only been to 1 Super Bowl, which is incredible to me considering how consistent he's been his whole career. But the Jets blow. I mean, I think it'll be a somewhat competitive game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout just because the Packers' defense isn't great. But the Jets will make enough mistakes and screw enough things up that I think Green Bay will cover.
So, Buru, what's your outlook on this game?
Yo, first of all, I'm tired of fucking being last, man. I get to be last every time, and there's nothing left. There's nothing on the bone, man. There's nothing left on the fucking bone.
Well, I guess maybe if you got your pick right once in a while, you'd be able to go first again.
That's right. He's the sports book of the opera. I forgot.
He likes to bring it up the rear anyway.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying. By the time I go, there's nothing. You guys say all this shit. There's nothing left. Anyway, the only thing I can really think of is Darnold leads the NFL in interception, so he's probably going to throw a pick. Aaron Rodgers, the Jets like to blitz, and I know Aaron Rodgers is one of the better quarterbacks. His QB rating against the blitz is one of the best in the league, so I think that Bowles will be stupid, and I think he'll blitz, and I think Aaron Rodgers will eat him up. The Jets have lost 4 of their last 5 games. What was it, 3? That's a decent low cover. But I do kind of agree with my brother, though. I'm not trying to be a contrarian, but my brother does have a point about two teams that have no interest. I know my brother always talks about he only wants to gamble if at least one of the teams that he's betting on has a dog in the race. So it'll be interesting to see because, maybe both teams don't really put any effort into it. So it's an interesting pick. That's all. That's all my analysis.
So what did we Dan? What did you want to say about last week's game? About the loss to the Seahawks loss? Is that what it was?
That was Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah, well, that article you sent us about that guy who bet what was it, like $500,000 total?
Yeah, first
on that pick. I mean, I liked that pick last week that Dan made. The guy bet like 500,000 because Seattle Seattle won like 10 in a row.
Yeah, they won 10 in a row against the 49ers.
Yeah, against that team, yes.
Yeah, he bet $569,000 on 2 total bets.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy because you think about that. It's like, holy cow. Well, let me see. I'm trying to look at the what it said here.
It was a sure thing. It was a sure thing.
Yeah, it should have been. Yeah, it should have been. That's why, that's why
I bet he got yelled at when he got home.
It was interesting.
Today.
So did they
lost $10
not cover, or they didn't win at all? I forget.
Both.
Push. Wasn't it a push because it was 3, or was it 3.5?
It was 3.5.
Well, they lost.
They lost. That's right. They lost. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, they lost. That's right. It wasn't a push.
It wasn't like they didn't cover. They didn't even win.
Yeah,
they didn't even win. They lost 26-23 in overtime.
Oh, that's right. It was tied going into well, I guess if it goes into overtime, it would be tied. That's kind of
that'd be an odd overtime.
That's kind of redundant.
Right.
They were tied going into overtime. Well, no,
you're winning, but we're going to go to overtime anyway.
No shit.
Yeah, it was that. What screwed Dan was that the kickoff. The San Francisco 49ers got a kickoff return for a touchdown. That doesn't happen all the time.
No, it's
not with this change.
Yeah, that's right. It's one of those things that doesn't normally happen, as Brian likes to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Probably why Devin Hester's record's probably safe.
They were playing college football, apparently. Amazing. So we got one more after this prior to the playoffs, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
So Pickmaster Ryan, what do you think as far as your longevity here? Are you going to make it through the Super Bowl pick?
Next week, I think next week's going to be tough because it's going to be a week where you don't know what some of the teams are going to do, whether or not they're going to rest, if they're going to play some of the playoff teams. So I honestly, next week, I think we're going to probably have to look at a game like the one that I'm looking at this week, dog in the race, because you might get teams that sit some players out second half if they have a comfortable lead and, and let some teams come back. So next week's going to be tough, but I'm confident that we're going to win this week, and I'm confident that we're going to run it. We're going to run it to the Super Bowl.
What was it? The Browns and the Ravens should play a meaningful game next week. And
the
Colts,
Titans and Colts. Yeah, that's going to be the big game next week.
And the Bears and the Vikings too.
Well, yeah, I mean the Bears don't have to, but Matt Nagy says they're going to because they still have home field advantage to play for, at least for the first round bye. So they're going to play it out. He's not resting anybody.
Yeah, I mean, if they win out and the Rams lose, they get the bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that'd be nice. That'd be a tough place to go, Soldier Field, during the playoffs, especially for a dome team. If a dome team had to go there, or like a warm weather team, that might be just enough of home field advantage to make the difference between a win and a loss. So especially for the kicking game, it's not a really easy surface to kick on at Soldier Field. So that could make a difference. Even though Cody Parkey sucks, but
I hope the 49ers make it so Robbie Gould can kick the game-winning field goal against the Bears.
Nah, that's my backup game, by the way. I pulled a BKO this week. I want to instead of a backup team, that's my backup game. If Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to play, I was going to say Bears -4 at San Fran. Yeah, I think they're going to cover that one. If they don't, it's going to be because Robbie Gould gets his revenge. Still pissed about that move. Just that, almost about that Greg Olsen trade.
We recommend the guy who lost the 570K. We recommend him double down on this pick. He only needs to bet about $1 million and 1.25 million on this game to win back that 570K loss. So we highly recommend that. This is a sure thing. All right. Good luck on 3. Go Packs. 1, 2, 3.
Go Packs.
Go Pack.
Yeah, I can't say that. Sorry. I hate the Packers.
I'll see you guys. All right, yeah, Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas.
Joyous